Is a space for myself and the people to explore South African culture, lifestyle, and travel in Africa. Now, in keeping in accordance with this month's theme of Women's Month, we are going to be discussing beauty standards that African women, and by African I mean black women, are expected to meet, well, at least in my South African context. So let's dive straight into the topic. Now, actually, before we dive straight into the topic, may I kindly request and remind the people to like the video and to subscribe to the channel. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture, okay? Okay, so there are two things that I'd like for us to keep at the back of our minds, almost like an analytical framework that you need to be thinking in, or else the conversation just goes south. First of all, beauty standards in Africa are not monolithic. That is to say, it's not just one huge uniform rock where you have people doing the same thing across the border, across tribes and regions. You know, there's a lot of nuance there. And secondly, to say that beauty standards are in constant flux, primarily because values and beliefs and ideals are always also in constant flux. So there's a negotiation of these ideals at all times and in all places amongst all people. So you really won't find something uniform. Like uniform. You really just won't. Anyways, the very first point that I wanted to raise about beauty in the African context is that for me there seems to be an association of beauty with wealth and health. And what do I mean by this? Have you seen how maybe you see family friends that you haven't seen in a while, and you've maybe put on like a bit of weight or something, and they'd be like, "Whoa, I was like, yeah, man, oh my goodness, we can't on," you know? And the immediate association with you having gained or being bigger or more curvaceous or whatever you want to call it is that you are well off. You're eating what you want to eat, and you're well taken care of, you know. In a similar vein, say someone who's very fair in complexion, the compliments they receive will be like, "Oh wow, what do you do? Bath and milk?" And once again, there's that association with being able to, like, with being well off and being able to afford to bath in milk, which we all know no one does that, and so that's seen as beautiful. But similarly, if you run into family and all of a sudden you've lost like a significant amount of weight, they're like, "Whoa, are you sick?" Or you've just moved to a new city and you come back and your skin is like, that place doesn't like you. Are you stressed? What's up? So there's that association with something not quite being right, whether it's your health, whether it's the place that you're in. And yeah, so I think, yeah, that's the one association with beauty. And so currently, right now, the aesthetic that's really trending, I would say, is that hourglass figure where you have like a big butt and you have like a tiny little waist and you have like a pair of breasts, sorry, and you have like a nice pair of breasts, and it gives you that hourglass figure, which, to be totally honest, I do not even know why that is the aesthetic that is valued at this present moment. But one thing that I do know is that even in my communities, people who are typically booked like that, they receive compliments like, "Oh, umileka hlekelo sisi." You know what I'm saying? Like, you're built nice. Like, you understand? You have the correct form. You are in form. You are in season. Okay. So yeah, that's the typical thing that I see happening. But also, I think it's relatively easy for South African women to kind of meet that ideal or that hourglass figure thing, primarily because South African women keep their junk in the trunk, baby. South African women definitely keep their junk in the trunk for no apparent reason. South African women just have large butts. No one knows why, it just is what it is. Anyways, these aesthetics and beauty standards change so quickly. So as a black woman, I wouldn't even take comfort in meeting those standards because, like I said in the beginning of the video, they're always in constant flux. I think what is more important for black women to do is to learn to be comfortable with who they are and to embrace that fully and like truly embrace who you are. And so for myself, as a typical South African woman, I also keep my junk in the trunk, darling. And like I can remember like growing up being like really young, like 5 or something, and whenever I'd see like family friends or extended family, they'd always be like, "Oh baby, oh you are so grown, oh you are so big, huh? Even your butt, oh it is so big, baby, both of you and your bum, you are both big. Yo, that bum needs a budget." You understand? But honestly, that was something that was really uncomfortable for me because I don't know, it just felt really exoticized. And it was like, that's the most prominent thing about you and your big butt. But what has had to happen over the years is that I've had to learn to be okay with who I am, apart from the exoticism or whatever, to be like, hey, this is who I am. I really do keep my junk in the trunk. The butt really does need its own separate budget, but it's okay, it's who I am. And I mean, I still get like sideways comments that you don't understand. I think I was in Pretoria, like could have been like a few weeks back, and I was absolutely just minding my own business, walking to a taxi. Lo and behold, someone was like, "By the way, yeah, nice as." And I'm like, why? We don't need this. And I truly believe that to be a woman is to be beautiful. You know, the blueprint of woman's anatomy is absolutely spectacular, irrespective of whether you're bigger or you're smaller, or you have an hourglass figure or you're more athletic in build. I think as a woman you cannot escape being beautiful. And let me just give a simple or one example of why this is the case. You know, like how a woman's pelvic girdle is broader than that of a male's, and that's to accommodate the childbearing process. So the way that the woman's pelvic girdle is structured lends itself to there being a bit of a sway when she walks, even if she's not trying. Just because of the way the bones are set up, you have that little bit of a ooh, you know. And so irrespective of your body shape or body size, you have that grace and that allure that translates into a feminine energy that derives from something as basic as your bone structure. Honestly, as a woman, you have no choice but to be beautiful, irrespective of the actual mass that you carry there. Honestly, that's what I really, truly and genuinely believe. And so as a black woman, I wouldn't worry about trying to be beautiful or meeting some beauty standards, because to be a woman is to be beautiful. And you can call me on that, because those are hardcore facts that I'm spitting out right now. And I think the world really tries its level best to present black women as ugly and unattractive in all of the features of our bodies. I mean, even down to the very hair that grows out of our heads, and also to present us as being like promiscuous and hypersexual just because you have like a butt or something, which is just ridiculous. And all of this is to say black women are good for, yeah, some cheap sex, but that's about it. No beauty, no value. And so I think with all of this bad energy, it's really important, at least for black women, to come to terms with who they are and to realize that they are beautiful, contrary to popular belief. And those are facts. So black women need to deal with facts and accept the fact that they are beautiful. Anyways, you guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and you liked it. And in the comment section, I'm just really keen to hear some of your ideas around this topic as well. So feel free to go down there and comment viewer Unamarots. Thank you very much to the people. I will see you next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central African time. Keep well. I love you.